and is happy and does basically is allows themselves to be controlled, and is fine with it. Yeah. That's the Tower. Yeah. Something built on a false foundation. So somebody's under the illusion. It's a matrix version of happiness. It's not real. Yeah, look, the Emperor in reverse. This is a false reality. This is not something that's meant to stand. So they had a 10 of Cups, something real, that they closed out to go be an Emperor in reverse in the Matrix, because that's what they think makes them happy. Yeah. And maybe it does. Maybe they're just a terrible fucking person. I don't know. And they want to manifest what makes them happy. Oh, okay. I mean, I just can't even believe, like, what? There's no words for I can't relate at all. But a dictator who doesn't play by the rules? Yeah, bad karma here, yeah. This is a misaligned collaboration, and there's bad karma for it. Because this person probably made you think that it wasn't going to be this way. Yeah, he might, you might need medical help. Like mental help, yeah. But these are the types of people that don't get it, y'all. This is somebody who's very, like, deactivated from their soul space here. Yeah, it's like... somebody could be fighting for themselves now that they know the truth about something. They're researching, they're getting on with their social life, they're saying, they're not being silent anymore, they're speaking how they truly feel. Somebody wants to escape a situation, but they're too cowardly to take initiative or leadership. Okay, out of pride maybe, or out of fear of not having a situation in which they can do whatever they want without repercussion. So somebody's been talking a whole bunch of crap, spreading rumors about a Sagittarius, or about somebody's destiny. Wow. Yeah. And this is because this was part of a manipulation. They were juggling with a third party, the devil. Lovely. Okay, so now that we know what the Queen of Pentacles in reverse doesn't want to happen, what does the King of Pentacles truly want deep down inside towards the collective? Like, what is their feelings here? Transformation or an ending here? Or you're dealing with a Scorpio? They could honestly just want to give up. You could be, yeah, you're dealing with a Scorpio who is either dealing with a Taurus or just somebody that doesn't have morals, and they're non-committal. So you're dealing with either a King of Cups in reverse or a King of Pentacles. And that's how they like to appear. This is not a real King of Pentacles, y'all. This is somebody that's a King of Cups in the reverse. But they like to appear as a wealthy, got it together, practical provider type, okay? They might like to flex, or they might like to just seem like they got it all together. But they're really emotionally manipulative as fuck. They could be a Scorpio or a Taurus for some of you, and they're very non-committal. They're very lazy. They're very lack mentality, low effort, no follow-through. They future fake. They have shifty morals. They're part of something dark. So they just want something to be over. What's this, death? Yeah, they want some kind of new beginning. I don't know if it's with you or just in general. Yeah, okay, in a relationship. Now somebody's passionate about some kind of reunion. Why? Because they want to balance something out. Yeah, they're putting the, okay. Yeah. Wow. Whoa. Y'all. This is interesting, I must say. Okay, I don't know if this person is going... So this death must be a big-time transformation. This person's going through a big transformation, y'all, and this is a big deal for this person because this is somebody who... The old them is dying. That's what I'm seeing here. Because they want 22 could be significant. Didn't we get a 22 and an 11? Okay, so this is somebody that wants this. They want to balance something out with the relationship, and they know that they have to transform all of this McFuckery, okay? This, like, King of Pentacles in reverse shit, this Hierophant in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse, all that's got to go. It's got to die. Never to return, okay? And they know that, so I feel like they want to put an end to this. They don't want to be in this life anymore. They want to balance something out that's fair and equal, an equal fair exchange, to the point where they are so passionate to do this. They are passionately putting in the work. I mean, I don't usually get readings like this, y'all. This is like a movie or something. It never happens this way. Wow. This person is really going through transformation. I mean, look at how the cards are coming out. Let me just show you. So all this is a death card, right? All this, they're putting a death to this for their Two of Cups that they want to balance out. They want something equal and fair exchange. They want this Two of Cups relationship, I guess. I don't know if they've told you this, but with the Queen of Wands, you could be a fire sign. You could be just somebody very confident, enigmatic, magical, somebody that maybe has fire in their chart, or sunflowers could be significant. Maybe you have a special bond with animals. You could be self-motivated. You could be the one that's brave enough to dare to dream and go after it. Thanks so much for the gift, love. I appreciate you. Okay, I just got a restriction. Why? You're so annoying. This live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable. Really? Is that true? Whatever. You know what? We're going to get back to the reading now. Okay. Anyway. I'm just trying to give this message, yo. Stop interrupting me, TikTok. But anyway, to the point where they are so passionate about this. They're putting in the work. They want a new start. They view you as, like, part of their destiny. A Queen of Wands. Wow. They want to put the effort in? Whoa. That's like... What inspired this? I'm kind of speechless, y'all. That doesn't usually happen. Because they're trying to avoid a tower, like a catastrophe. Okay, the truth? What? Okay, that's not good. Or because of a tower. What's the tower? What is that? Fighting for themselves. Having boundaries. This person made you an offer when they needed to do shadow work. They have some kind of fear from childhood of commitment, y'all. Heavily. Is this like a... This seems too good to be true, almost. Is this... How should the collective feel, or how do I ask this? So this is what their intention is, and it seems legit. Apparently having boundaries and fighting for themselves is like a huge catastrophe. And that tells you a lot about their childhood, y'all. Just saying. And the fact that they're really afraid of commitment, or they're afraid of something from their childhood. There's some kind of shadow work that needs to be done here, but it looks like they're putting in the effort. I don't know if this is behind the scenes or if, yeah, they're working on taking control of their life. and being loyal, dependable, focusing on the big picture of things, being reliable, doing things slow and steady, and being committal, like for the long haul. Okay, do they plan on making communication, or like what? Yes, this is when you become social. Four of Swords in reverse. Very interesting reading. A little speechless, guys. You're gonna have to give me a second because I'm just trying to. Okay. And this is something that the Queen of Pentacles in reverse doesn't want to happen. So either this is a sibling, because we're talking about the King of Pentacles, who's actually a King of Cups in the reverse, but they're working on it because they want to be a real King of Pentacles, apparently, who has a toxic father figure here. And either a toxic sibling, or who is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse to the King of Pentacles? These could be siblings or an ex-wife or a current wife that they don't want to be with. Who is this? Yeah, somebody that they're in a commitment with of some kind. But somebody's not going to win at all costs. Somebody's putting an end to these malicious lies, gossip, and slander, or this hostility, to protect their peace, to recover and to heal. Yeah, they're very passionate about this because it's been one problem after the other, and it's always brought up in their social circles, and they're unhappy about this breakup and how inflexible and how like one track minded this Queen of Pentacles in reverse is about the idea of a Ten of Cups. So somebody just wants to escape and put this burden down and have some kind of beneficial change so that they can work with you, or so that everybody can work together, but they realize that they have to be sober and they have to have boundaries and fight for themselves. That's the truth. Yeah, the truth about an Earth Angel and a King of Cups in the reverse. Somebody could be in hermit mode. There could be an Empress in the reverse. So this person is surrounded by a toxic group of friends and a toxic father and mother figure who didn't want them to go through with a reunion with you, or a celebration, or a marriage, or something like that. They didn't want that with you. I don't know why they feel that way. We're going to find out. But this person seems to be making their own decision, and they're doing it in isolation, it seems like, y'all. Okay? Thanks so much, you guys, for the gifts. I appreciate you. Your support means a lot, y'all. I feel like they're in isolation. They're doing it alone. It's like they're doing it in quiet, okay? In secret. Yeah, they're healing because they miss you. They miss you. They're having memories, and they're trying to heal from this heartbreak so that what? So that they can have this commitment with you and actually be loyal and not fuck it up. That's what I'm getting. I mean, whether you're open to this or not, I don't know, but somebody's very unhappy when they recall. They're being very disillusioned about the past, about these memories. They're not in a fog anymore about the past, about this unconditional love. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see. It's looking like they're going to end up having to deceive other people. It's looking like in order to get away from these people, in order to get a breakup to happen, because, see, here's the thing. This person needs to heal because they should just be able to look at somebody and say, hey, we're breaking up. But this is the type of energy that sabotages to get the other partner to break up with them because they have no other choice, because like this person's planning on sabotaging by cheating in this relationship and acting like they have no energy. That's their plan, so that it causes a breakup. This is because they're very childish. This is somebody very childish. And maybe that's something that they're trying to work on. I don't know if I trust it entirely. This person is going to leave this person out in the cold to try to give to you, it's looking like, but it's because of their ego, and you know this. You know that this has to do, there's someone here with a really messed up ego problem. And you intuit this. And you don't want somebody to just do this out of their ego. Like you're afraid that somebody's a bully, or that they, yeah, Queen of Cups. Somebody's in a stalemate about a Queen of Cups, a sweetheart. Because now they have their back turned and they're Queen of Swords. Or it's because of something you said about an injustice. And now they want to rekindle this relationship. Because this is crushing ending. Or they want to... Oh boy, a Page of Cups next to the Devil? See, there's something that is so off about this. There's somebody here that is literally obsessed, that's wanting to dominate somebody's innocence. They want to dominate somebody's innocence, their purity of heart, an empath. Or there could be something sinister going on where somebody's trying to trap somebody with like a child. Or bind somebody. Somebody's trying to bind somebody. Maybe somebody's doing root work, or like... The fact that you're not going to be part of a drama and you're not competing for a 10 of Cups, because this is yours. This is what you want. It's separate from whatever this toxicity, this weird shit is crushing to somebody. Because here's the problem that I'm seeing here. This person does love you, but they are also a very conflicted person that does definitely need shadow work, y'all. But also simultaneously, I don't think that they want children. I also think they feel very insecure with whatever it is that you have going on and your innocence. They feel like it brings out their demons, or it makes them feel it like... I feel like this person doesn't believe that they can be good, so they feel like they have to corrupt you in order to make it work, because they love you, because they're obsessed with you. But here's the problem. They have toxic attachment. They need to heal that. They need to regulate their nervous system. It's a process that requires patience, bravery, and vulnerability that they need to do, because that's the actual proper way to do things. But because this person is very stunted emotionally, they avoid things that they need to face as a grown-up. They do things all the wrong way. Like, for instance, when they want to break up, what do? They act different. The energy changes so that the partner gets upset, and eventually the partner breaks up with them. But it was all like a plan. Instead of just sitting down and having an actual adult conversation and saying, yo, I'm sorry, but this isn't working out for me. I still love you. We can still be friends eventually. I need to take some space to regulate. I'm sorry, but we're just, misaligned. Whatever it is, this is the type of person that leaves cycles open because they're afraid of losing control of anything or anyone, because that's how severe the damage in their childhood must have been. Or they could be a sociopath. I mean, put it where it fits. It just depends on... But... it's something to do with their ego, y'all. Their ego is severely toxic. It's like they have a really dark side, but they also have a light in them. They're just, it's like if you trigger this person and they don't do the work, because it's easy to trigger somebody who doesn't do the work, right? So then you're now in a position where you're like subject to their fucked up ego problem. If you make one wrong move or say one wrong thing, and nobody can live like that. Nobody can like walk on eggshells. You're not going to delude yourself or gaslight yourself into false realities and matrix, because you're not going to run away from accountability or, important conversations. You're not going to like just put a smile on when you feel uncomfortable and just, no, that's no way to live. Like, you can't feel safe in that environment. And like, if this is a feminine, they need a man to lead. And this is an Emperor in reverse. This is somebody who doesn't lead. If this is who raised this King of Cups and this wannabe King of Pentacles, King of Cups in reverse, they're exactly a mimic of their father. That's what's happening here. Their father was a child and a narcissist. And so this is somebody who has like a deep fear from their childhood of commitment or of making a real offer, real commitment, because of the fact that they probably grew up around, a dictator energy here, where there was cheating, where there was so much heartbreak and pain. So they probably, honestly, to cope, they vowed to live a life where maybe, they're polyamorous, or they don't have to do all that, and they only cultivate shallow-ish relationships, and they keep cycles open, and they have this ego problem here about whatever makes you happy. Whatever it is that makes you happy, or the fact that you're happy, is really triggering their ego, because it's making them feel like they're not in control, or that you don't care, and it makes them angry because they're so attracted to you. This is like somebody, oh my God, this is a very complicated human because of what happened to them and how they were raised. It's all backwards, y'all. It really is. Like, this person is angry. They wish they weren't attracted to you. But you could be like a very strong, confident person, and they have this like inclination to dominate you. And they hate that they love you, and they hate that they're attracted to you. They hate that you're so attractive in general. They hate that you can be happy without them. It triggers their ego because of the way that it looks, because that you look like you're doing better and happier without them. And it puts them into some kind of negative, tyrannical space here. But then it's like then they think about you and they're like, fuck though, like, I'm so attracted to this person. What is this? Like, I wish I just never met this person. You have made their life rather complicated in a way that God, look, answering the call of the universe, judgment. God put this together, I feel like, because this person needs to answer to their judgment. They need to take accountability for something in order to have this new beginning. They cannot come to you. And I feel like, at the very least, collective, this person, in their own weird way, there's a part of them that knows that they cannot pull some shit on you again. That they, no matter how much their ego is pissing them out, like they might even fantasize about you just like not existing, but it's because it's so burdensome. But at the same time, they're so attracted to you. It's like, and being alone, facing themselves, introspecting is like so difficult for them to do. It's like, because they have a lot of demons, y'all, like a lot. And how they deal with it is they get angry. This is somebody who doesn't know how to regulate their emotions. They get angry at other people's happiness. They get competitive. They get ruthless. And it has to do with the shadow work that they need to do. And so the way that they deal with their stress a lot is, going out and hooking up with people is what it's looking like. But they don't like how it looks. They don't like how you see them. They want to put this burden down and just have stability. Reunite with you. Put the work in. This person isn't sober. They want to escape, the escapism is what I'm getting. But they know that they can't just come towards you in this condition. They cannot. They can't do it. They know they can't. It's taking everything for this person to hold themselves back. They just want to put you down as a burden because it's all so complicated for this emotionally stunted, fucked up individual. Like, do you know what I'm getting? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like you're the sweetheart, you're innocent, and you have your back turned, and they just want to put down this burden somehow. But they don't understand that this was set up to where there is no option in which they can set down this burden without it being uncomfortable for them in some form or fashion. Like, there's no way around that part. Like, even if they decide not to be with you and put you down as a burden, they're going to be haunted, or they're going to realize that nobody else does it like you do it, or whatever it is. They're going to, and they know that they can't come towards you either in the King of Wands in reverse or King of Cups in reverse energy, because you're not even attracted to that. You're not interested, and you're going to see straight through them, and they know that you're going to have all these questions, and they know that there's going to be conflict or some kind of, they have to tell you the truth, and so they know that in order to come towards you, they have to get to a place where they're sober, they've faced their demons and whatever, and they're going to have to deal with this anger that they have, which they want to honestly project at you, because that would be the easiest option. But that they know that that's not, they can't, because you see it and you're not tolerating it and you're innocent and you don't deserve it. And it would make them look horrible and feel horrible probably too in when they're alone. This person is struggle bus for sure. It's like they hate how much they feel drawn to your energy. They hate it. It would just be so much easier if they just never met you, or they just could detach and completely, but it's like their ego won't let them, so they're haunted constantly, and they get mad over and over again, and they freak out by themselves, or they keep themselves distracted however long in intervals. They put on a poker face to whoever they're around. They try to be in different commitments. They try to be with different people, but it's like they see you being happier and doing better off without them. And it's like they can't, their ego won't allow, it's like that's what's haunting them, is their ego. And then deep down inside, it's like they miss you. But they also know that, like, they're not worthy of you. And what it would take to become worthy, they don't know if they have it in them. So it's kind of like a conundrum. Okay? But it's killing them watching you walk away. It's killing their pride. It's killing their confidence. It's killing whatever heart that they have in there. It's killing it's making them angry. It's making them want to lash out. But they know that that's not fair. Yeah. This is somebody who needs to ascend. This is somebody that doesn't have a choice. There is no choice. There is no other choice. Either you stay haunted, you stay a sleepwalker with this, in this King of Pentacles in the reverse energy, or you level up. Yeah. And this person doesn't know if they have the strength. That's why they're a player. That's why they think that that's what protects their peace. By being able to just, like, yeah, by love bombing, using romantic attachments as a form of escapism, breaking up, rekindling, rekindling, push-pull dynamic. But no, that's not going to work here. So why can't they just let it go? Why can't they just let you go and just do that with somebody else? What is it about the collective that this person... They feel like a child. They feel rejected. They feel stupid. They feel unstable. They feel like there's no harmony with these friends, with this person in the shadows. They feel like a zombie. They feel isolated and lonely. They feel like they don't know how to make decisions. But they know that they have different views than you do. And that you're not going to change or compromise in your perspective. Like, you know what you want. And if they can't fill those shoes, then you have the strength to leave them. The other people don't. You're different. And they're trying so hard to restrain their feelings. This is somebody who could be having hysterical outbursts or be trying everything they got to keep from doing so. That's why they're taking time alone. One of the reasons. They feel like a zombie. They feel half dead, dude. They feel like a coward. They feel like a child. They feel rejected. And there's no harmony or stability with these toxic friends or this third party. It's all about, like, overindulging and not being sober, y'all. And, like, just... They know it's not healthy. But they know what it would take to they would have to change their perspective. Yeah. And this person isn't sober. They're a little delusional right now. They're a little bit, the way that they're coping is by having multiple options, by fantasizing and drinking, y'all. It's not good. I don't understand why somebody would rather do all that than just grow a pair, man. And just... I don't understand why somebody would rather do all that than just grow a pair, man. And just... That's how bad... That's how rough some kind of... Here's the thing. That's how rough shadow work is, y'all, for some people. Depending on the kind of childhood you had. Some people can't handle those wounds. And it's looking like these parents suck ass that they have. And they might not want to face that. They might not be ready to face that everything that they've been taught is abusive and wrong in relationships. Or the reason that they're so fucked up is because of their shitty-ass parents. Like, you know, those are hard pills to swallow, y'all. And, you know, it's like, it sucks because I feel like you would be the perfect person to do those things with. Like, you know, but you also need somebody that can emotionally, you know, hold you and hold you up when you're down. And, you know, you can't love both of you guys for both of you. Like, you know, they have to be willing. Even if it's baby steps, and they have to be able to be vulnerable, but they're trapped. It's a mental prison because that's what it is. It's like their pride won't let them, but their pride haunts them and makes them angry over and over again, and they're stuck in this mental prison, this victim mentality, this self-loathing, this trap that they've created for themselves because I don't know what they thought was going to happen. What did they think the outcome was going to be? Maybe they thought that you were going to be like all of the other people in this rotation. You know, maybe they thought that you'd put up with it because you had shadow, or, you know, you had childhood wounds of abandonment. Or maybe they thought that, you know, like you would miss them enough if enough time went by and, you know, all would be forgiven. But no, you're not an empress. No. It's like, and of course these people around them hate you. That's probably, yeah, that's the question I want. Why do the parents not like the collective? I mean, most parents, that's the thing. These parents don't love their child. Because any parents that did would be so grateful for their son or their daughter to find a real emperor in the upright, not like them, to spend their life with. It's a gift, and it's a blessing in the form of a person. Any parent would be so grateful they could leave this earth in peace type shit. But these are not your regular set of parents, and that explains the fuckery here. This is... Yeah. What is their main problem with the collective? The parents, these shitty-ass false leaders here. What about the King of Cups? It has to do with the King of Cups in the reverse. Maybe this is their son. Has to do with the King of Cups and a third party or a friendship group. And not wanting somebody to trust their intuition. Has to do with money and expansion. Of course it does, you asshole. Of course it does. That's why you went into this energy. You felt a weird energy around these people, I'm sure. These people were working against you. They don't want... Why don't they want somebody to trust their intuition? Or why? Why is there's a friend that's manipulating them? Okay, so maybe that's why. Because of a King of Cups in the reverse and a friend that's manipulating them. What is the manipulation about? The fact that you're chaotic and unstable. They've been spreading lies and gossip about this. But that's not the truth, though. Somebody's been, like, slandering you because somebody wants to negotiate with you. So they've been making something unstable and overwhelming regarding you. A Queen of Cups, a sweetheart, somebody innocent. All because they don't want somebody to leave. They don't want somebody to go back to a Queen of Cups. Why? Why? Like, why are they putting that before what would be good for this King of Cups? Is it just money? Is it just selfishness? What is it? Either it's because of a friend of a King of Cups. Or it's because of some kind of celebration with the King of Cups. Or some kind of good times, celebrations, friends, a friendship group. How does it benefit the parents, these friends? How does these friends or this third party benefit the parents? Because of a child? Oh. So maybe there's a child involved with a third party? So what do they think? That they're going to lose access to a child? Or like what? So what about the child? Because of a child with a friend? Because of a marriage? Because of a wish fulfillment? Because of a... Yeah, but this was not the right move, though. Somebody didn't listen to their intuition about what their happiness was. They didn't put up boundaries or fight for themselves. They can't. They don't know how to. They gave away their power. They can't. That's one of their biggest things that they need to accomplish is learning how to have boundaries and saying no to their family. Okay, so is this King of Cups in regret? So did this King of Cups just do what they did and leave the collective because of their family? Yeah, because of a narcissist, because of manipulation. Wow. What would it take for this person to stand up to their shitty family and friendship group here? So this person could have gotten married because their parents... I don't know, dude. There was some kind of manipulation here. Maybe there's a child involved and that's why. Maybe they want somebody to be with somebody that they have a child with. I don't know if you're aware of it or not. Yeah, they wanted something to be rekindled because of a child. So they wanted somebody to make a decision, but while blind to something regarding a new start or a new idea or a new passion or a new project or, yeah. But This is like terrible memories from the past. So an Emperor in reverse is heavily... You have an intuition about this Emperor in reverse. This father figure, you know something about this. This is probably the main person working behind the scenes, the puppet master or something. But they also have a shitty mother involved. This is the person that sabotaged you getting what you deserved. You getting what was like what you should have gotten. Okay? This is and this is what caused this it's because they wanted to rekindle something with someone else, or they did something out of their ego. They were reckless and they were selfish, or they were being egged on by toxic masculines or something here. Ugh. It looks like they had gotten some good news about some money or something, but you took control of your life back, and now they feel empty inside and unhappy. Like, because you're leaving. So now they feel like a dead zombie here. Look at this. They feel like a sleepwalker. They feel isolated, withdrawn. They're thinking a lot. They're reassessing. They feel trapped. They hate themselves. They feel lonely, isolated, stuck, restrained, coercively restrained, manipulated, like they weren't listening to their intuition. They feel like they should have fought for themselves. They feel like this was a terrible investment. And here you are healing from a heartbreak, and they're just so empty inside and sad. And you have this new passion for a 10 of Cups, maybe with somebody else now. And you're resurging, getting out of your social life, after getting into your social life again after this breakup here. You're still a Queen of Cups, and you're a Queen of Pentacles, and you're working with people, or you're working on a project, or you were a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Cups to begin with, and a Queen of Wands. All you were missing was your Queen of Swords. But now you worked on it, and now you're an Empress. Wow. And this person doesn't have the moral requirements for an Empress. So this is a empty victory, a very sad one, a fall from grace, very sad. Because of your strengths. They're avoiding a tower. It's showing that the problem wasn't you, because you put the work in. You ascended, you healed without them. Something that might have been meant to crush you. It's making them feel empty inside and like they made the wrong decision. They could be working on something with two different feminines. They could have been collaborating with you and two different feminines at the same time, too, is another way of reading this. Earth and a water sign, perhaps. Another way of reading this is currently there's an earth and a water sign collaborating on how to get pregnant, one of them. To trap somebody. Or maybe that's what it was. Yeah. I don't know, man. This person acted like a fool. They were tempted with money or by their ego, and they corrupted this unconditional love energy here. When they should have just given you what they deserved, they sabotaged it so that they didn't have to. When there was an Ace of Cups here, these true feelings. Now they're haunted. They're in denial that they're an Emperor in reverse, or they're in denial about their father. You intuit all this? Wow. Because you're married to them in the 5D, possibly? Like you have a soul connection with this person? Somebody might need a cord cutting. I don't know. This is a missed opportunity because you're not anyone's option here. This is like somebody's not getting their wish of you being an option, so that would just make their life like less troubled. But no, you're an empress. You're not going to be an option. This person's a coward. They don't deserve a relationship with an empress if they're a coward. This is a coward because of their dysfunctional family.